Thank goodness you went in and did what you did, because it was a mess.
And it's actually really common that we find stuff like that on chimneys, because back in the day, you didn't have to house wrap and insulate those chases. Just like even further long ago, you didn't have to house wrap and insulate gable walls in an attic. You could just leave it straight plywood. And older homes, you find a lot of those issues. I don't even want to say older, like 25 years ago, people weren't wrapping chimneys in house wrap, and it was just straight plywood. And when caulk fails and cedar fails or any type of siding and it starts absorbing that, plywood's gonna crumble, fall apart, structure's gonna get moldy and fall apart. And that's pretty much what we found, right? We removed a couple outside boards and was like, the siding has nothing behind it, the plywood's gone essentially, and ended up tearing out the whole thing, right?
Pretty
And
much.
reframing it and re-plywooding it, and
Top to bottom,
yeah.
all three sides.
Those are the unfortunate unforeseens that we really can't know until we get into it. And it's not always an easy conversation to have with a client when you're in the middle of an expensive exterior refinish. You know, it's like, hey, I've got to add 25% to your cost because this chimney's got to come down. That's something that, unfortunate conversation, but it's a real conversation that needs to be had. Thankfully, you guys understood the scenario. It's not always the case with clients, but
Well, we could see it once you got into there. We're
Well, he
like,
didn't give us
yeah.
any choice. He said,
Yes, he did.
I want to leave it as is, or we're going another 25%. No, he didn't. You know, it hurt. It wasn't planned.
Right.
The job got bigger than we planned, and that's never fun.
But it
But
wasn't
this
your
was
fault.
this was undersiding, and,
Yeah.
and like you explained, codes were different then and whatnot.
We
I try
had-
to look at the positive. The positive is this: he didn't put a stop to it and say, you know what, I could come back in 3 weeks with the crew. We got to get on to another job now. He said, I could have the boards here tomorrow, start painting them, because you were pre-painting them. I think both sides you put some stain on, and he said, we could keep it going. It's going to take a little longer, but we're not going to stop. And I said, let's do it. You know, so it's done and done right. And when we sit out there, you look up and you're just, I'm glad we did what we did, because it's tight and it's clean to this
And
day.
the best part is that we got to change the color of the house.